It is not easy to be a god, a proto-divinity, a keeper of creation. The responsibilities are infinite, and the consequences eternal. This is a lonely existence. Walking amongst mortals is one of my few reprieves. And yet, my human vessel ages and is currently unpresentable. He has not received a haircut in months. Disgusting. A new avatar is needed, and the solution is obvious. I must look inside and embrace the true power of my kawaii form. Hey everybody, yes indeed, it is Pravus. I know, this is all coming as a bit of a shock to you. You're not used to seeing me with this glorious face. But you better get used to it, because this is my truest, deepest persona, my final form, if you will, that I can share with you, and you're gonna be seeing a lot more of it on the channel going forward. Speaking of new personas, why don't we try out Evil Genius 2? Now this seems like a game I could appreciate. We're gonna try playing as Zalika, the scientific mastermind, because that just fits my playstyle. And as for our starting lair, I don't really know which of the 3 islands is gonna be best, but I like this one. It's got a nice hidden central helipad. Alright, let's get started. Ooh, I think I made the right choice with this one. Nice cozy base for me to hatch many a nefarious scheme. And here she is, the lady of the hour, the nefarious scientific evil genius, Zalika. Look at that power walk. You can tell that she's a dominant woman. Okay, so here we are. Nice humble origins, not a lot to work with yet, but we'll be able to fix that soon enough. If we go to build mode, the game is recommending that I build a vault, so I don't just leave my gold lying around so just anyone could steal it. So we'll place down some pallets here. Like a dragon, I shall hoard my gold and smite anyone who dares to try to take it from me. Oh, and here come my foolish little minions. Hi, stupid plebs. You know, I don't think it's a coincidence that they're called minions and they're wearing yellow. Thank you, developers, for bringing back that horrible memory. Okay, we've got that going. Also, let's build out a barracks so that my silly, stupid minions have a place to sleep, because apparently they need such things. I don't need sleep. I'm recording this at like 3 in the morning right now. And by 3 in the morning, I mean like actually 3 a.m. Sleep is for the weak. Let's also place down a mess hall. Apparently my minions also need to have places that they can eat. Gosh, these guys are so needy. It's a wonder I tolerate their presence at all. Still, you gotta appreciate them. Look at them go. So excited, so naive. If you guys think that I'm sharing any of my gold with you guys, you're in for a very rude awakening. I'm not sure you know what it means to be an evil genius, but you don't get to that status by paying out your gorgeous gold to the plebs. Doesn't happen. Oop, and it looks like we popped a circuit somewhere. Alrighty, fine, no power. We can fix that. We can set up our own little subterranean power station. Where am I gonna put this thing though? My experience of this so far is that these buildings need to be pretty big. You need a lot of power as the game progresses. This should be okay for now though. You know something else we should do? We should place down an incinerator. Some place we can dispose of all the numerous corpses we will undoubtedly be creating. Yes, I'm absolutely serious. We're gonna go ahead and dig out a little control room over here and set up some broadcasting stations, because now we get to make use of our secret hideout and really start messing with the world order, because I plan on robbing a whole lot of banks. Here we go. The world is ripe for the plucking. Where do we want to establish a criminal network? Probably in Indonesia. It's really close to my existing island. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign a few minions to automatically get onto a choppa and send them off to Indonesia, where they'll establish that network for me. And there they go. Alright, well this shouldn't take me too long. There we go, okay. Do we want to do a bank robbery? Sure, why not? It's laden down with too much gold. We can solve that problem for them. We're extremely kind in that way. Speaking of kindness, let's go ahead and also build out a nice little prison area. Just in case, you know, we have some unexpected guests. I want to make sure that they have a convenient place to stay. Never accuse me of not being hospitable.
And in fact, I have an idea for a guest I'd like to host. If we're going to dominate the world, gold isn't enough. We need incredible mind-blowing science. So kidnapping a local scientist might be a good course of action. Oh, there we go. So happens he's actually willing to join me out of his own free volition. Unexpected. I kind of thought I'd have to torture you a bit first, but okay, this is a nice change of pace. One scientist isn't gonna cut it though. We're gonna need a lot more of them. So if I build out a nice little training room over here, for example, and set up some training stations, we'll be able to turn our big dum-dum minions into smart minions. Not as smart as me, of course, just smart enough to get the job done. Keep in mind, by the way, whenever you're running some of these missions in the world to get some money, you're gonna be getting a bit of heat from the local authorities. So don't go too crazy on those missions. Maybe let some of the nefarious deeds die down in people's memories before you continue. Or, of course, bribe the right politicians or something. I don't know. You take your pick, whichever you want. Okay, now that we have our training, we'll just go ahead and say we want to have at least 2 scientists trained up at all times. If we ever run out of any scientists, my minions will automatically travel over here and try to educate themselves. In fact, actually having another scientist on hand should actually speed up the training process, which is awesome. Okay, and now that we have a couple of scientists, they need a nice laboratory to do their experiments. If they don't have a nice quiet work environment, how can I possibly expect to dominate the world? Oh yeah, this should do nicely. Perfect. Okay, so let's go over to the research screen here. And there's a few different things that we could work on, but the game, for some reason, really wants me to work on increasing how many minions I'm able to have in the base, because I need more of these fools. That's fine. Also, because I'm playing with Zalika, we have a special ability so we can increase the productivity of scientists, among others, but mostly science. Perfect. Of course, hoarding an absurd amount of wealth and developing incredible scientific marvels isn't gonna do me a lot of good if I can't defend them. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and establish a quick new criminal network over here in the Indian-ish region, and we're gonna kidnap ourselves a guard. I need to find out how he got so swole, and then teach that to my minions. Ah, there he is. Perfect. Welcome to my humble home, Mr. Jake Jacobs. Now, you, sir, seem to be so fit. I kind of suspect steroids might be your secret, but just to make sure we leave no stone unturned, I'm gonna interrogate you a little bit, find out what your workout regimen really is. Just gotta let this guy's resolve tick down a little bit as he stews in his cell, and then just toss him over into the interrogation chair. Because it so happens I have ways of making you talk. It could involve a few bonks to the face, kinda like so, I think, and bonk, 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 bonk. There we go. Maybe the wet willy, or a little bit of foot tickling, I don't know. Funny thing is, interrogations always result in death in my base. But that's okay. That's why we have an incinerator, right? Well, regardless of how you feel about it, we now know how to train up some guards. So we're gonna go ahead and train up 4 of them. 4 seems reasonable enough. We'll just walk up to these big boxing dummies, I'll just punch it for a bit, and before you know it, they're gonna be ripped beefcakes. Oh, would you look at this? A pesky little investigator decided he heard about something going on this island and wants to check it out. We're not gonna be allowing that now, are we? No, of course not. This guy's gonna have to die. And let's also build up an infirmary for whenever we do get into a bit of a scuffle, because I guarantee you that's not gonna be the last investigator we run into. Okay, so we know how to train up guards. Well, that's nice. Maybe we should try training up some more specialist minions. How about the valet? Sure, valets seem nefarious. Ah, there we go. Hello, Mr. Valet. I look forward to learning from you in a very professional environment. Don't you worry, we're gonna take very good care of you. I'm lying, of course. We're gonna torture you and tickle your feet until you puke up everything you ate in the last month. Oh, and he didn't survive the process. What a shame. How does one become a valet? Oh, you just learn how to use some of those spinny door things that freak me out. Okay, that's good. Oh, good, some more tech done too. Sweet, so let's go ahead and unlock nuclear generators. Power is actually like really important in this game. You can take up way too much space with that stuff. Of course, if we're gonna have a couple of valets, let's make sure we set up some roulette tables as well, because nothing is more satisfying than scamming idiot tourists who are coming to my island. Another investigator? arriving by the exact same boat as before. Goodness, it's almost as if there's only one way onto this island, and they're gonna take the same route every single time, regardless of how few people return back home. This time around, we have to distract the investigator, not simply kill him, so when he gets a little bit too close to the door for comfort, which it looks like he's doing right now, we're just gonna stop him and say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, sir, that is the employee's entrance. Now, you wouldn't want to violate the privacy of my employees now, would you? No, that'd be a horribly rude thing to do. So if you wouldn't mind coming with me, sir, just go and stand in the corner for a few minutes. Then you can come play some roulette and go back home happy. No harm, no foul." My henchmen do get a little bit weary of dealing with idiot tourists, though. We should probably just give them some sort of a giant jumbo TV. With only programs I approve of course. Yeah, that should build the morale back up. And there we go. Just like that, we now know how to train valets permanently. Cool. How about technicians next? We need people who can fix my stuff. There he is. I'm not gonna lie to you, Alejandro Nuggets. You're in for a really, really bad time. As was to be expected, he all too easily handed off the secrets to train new technicians. I don't recall the training manual saying anything about smashing it, though. Oh, what could this be? The formulaic investigator returns? Sure enough, soon as we've trained up some new specialists, there's gotta be a new one. This time we're just gonna capture you, because I think we could wring a little bit of intel out of you. There we go, got him surrounded, beat him up a little bit, now we're gonna send him off to the cell. And you know exactly what's gonna happen. It's practically a death sentence. Okay, and with that taken care of, we should probably also build up an archive. Kind of restores smarts, just like the TV would restore morale. But instead we go through rigorous indoctrination programs. Though I suppose at the end of the day, what's really the difference? Alright, so technicians are done, which means we've now unlocked, I believe, all the major specialist types. But just in case the rabble feel like they're getting a little bit ahead of themselves, I think an execution might be in order. And Wapowski, whoa! Well, that just seemed needlessly brutal now, didn't it? I'm not even sure we accomplished anything with that except for just being nasty. But what the heck, let's do it again. Apparently if people die in front of witnesses, the survivors will work twice as hard. Okay, now we should also tighten up our security a little bit more. Placing down an armory would certainly be a good start for that. From here, we should be able to man some security cameras to detect any investigators and dispatch our guards automatically, though it is admittedly a little bit far away from our entrance, so I might end up swapping out a different room later. Maybe relocate the vault and move the armory a bit closer. I don't know. Oh, what's this? Is it my birthday? 3 agents coming after me at once. It's as if you guys haven't learned your lesson. All right, you know what? 2 of them get distracted by roulette, and while they're not looking, we snag the other guy and torture him. Unfortunately, it very rarely seems to work out that way. If you ever want to antagonize even one of them, then everyone else kind of attacks you all at once too. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I really get the distracting mechanic. Seems like you should do only distracts, or only capture, or only terminate for the entire group. Mixing and matching doesn't seem to work well. You know something I do need though? A henchman. Every good evil genius has a right-hand man, or woman, I don't know. You get the point though. Somebody who's gonna be their strong arm. Let's try to recruit my computer. I'm not too sure how that's gonna work, but I mean, hey, cool, computers are good. I'm science-y, I'm down. Aha, apparently we found her in Colombia, I get, whoa. Well, hello, Iris. Don't you look amazing? Having a good henchman is great, because now that we've completed the tutorial section of the game, we're gonna be getting a lot more of these pesky investigators. Waves of 5 pretty much every single couple of days. And having the extra muscle can make a pretty big difference in a scrap. Aha, it looks like my genius has had a moment of brilliance. We're gonna be trying to suck up the thoughts of all the people of the world and putting them into some sort of weird coagulated thought blob? I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but she wants to call it the void. Very well, we shall indeed endeavor to create a thought singularity of humans. First, we're gonna have to design the device, and then we have to collect an absolute ton of funding from investors all across the world. And the way that that's going to work is it's just some more world missions you have to do. The only difference is instead of gaining money, you have to spend some of your specialists. So you have to keep retraining new technicians, new valets, etc. Hello, investigators. All of you are going to have to be distracted and then I may be enslaved and tortured. I don't know. Whatever I'm feeling like at the moment. Anyway, so basically, yeah, we just have to set up criminal networks all over the place, demolishing whichever ones we don't need anymore. And in this case, 2 scientists, 2 valets, and some workers. Boom. Send them out there, get some investors. Assembling all the investors isn't exactly difficult, it just takes a lot of time because you have to train up so many folks. So I'm just gonna jump forward a bit here. The device is built, and 5 greedy capitalists are sitting in my inner sanctum waiting to find out what I have to offer. So, let's try demonstrating the power of my device. Ah, a hapless volunteer, perfect. Why don't you just have a seat there, buddy, and don't mind the feeling of your brains being sucked out. There we go. What this thing does exactly, don't know, but it sure seems evil, right? Whoa, some investigators snuck in without me even noticing. Get them, guys! Swarm them! You know your genius can fight, by the way? They're actually really strong. Like, honestly, I think that the genius and the henchman can take out most things. Just have a few willing body bags to kind of jump in front of you and make sure they take all the bullets. And you just rain death from behind. It's gonna be fine. Anyway, so let's go ahead and present my findings about Void. I'm sure they're very profound. In conclusion, imagine what you can do with reading the thoughts of your potential customers. Who needs to collect tracking data from Google or Facebook where you can just read their minds? I've decided these guys are all advertisers and marketers. It just makes the most sense. It just does. All right, well, at that point, we have now finished off a major section of the early game, which is great. Now we have to collect void data, which is exactly the same thing. You just go to the world stage, and now you spend even more of your minions in order to continue doing this. Just kind of rinse and repeat as we can progress down the story. But I don't think I'm going to be worrying about any of that because I am all out of time for today. So, thank you all very much for watching this video. I do hope that you enjoyed watching Evil Genius, and I hope you are going to be very accepting of my new personality that I will be using from here on out for the channel. If you did enjoy, then I would ask that you hit that like button. Of course, leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.